Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, August 20th, 2019. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. In the previous session here, we had overnight and pre-market strength that led to a nice push higher for the third consecutive day. Price then traded mostly range-bound the rest of the session near the highs of the day, but continues to hold below that important 2960 zone. That's a very important key level here. Again, I've mentioned the prior support. If it was taken out, it would open up quite a bit of selling pressure. That happened. Price bounced back to the midpoint of that range, that sell-off range, and is now trading inside the key range at the center of that range. Now again, if price fails to get above these 2960s, it's going to be another selling opportunity. Perhaps back toward the previous lows, but more likely back to the 2820 support level. So this is going to be an opportunity to watch to see how price responds up here. We could certainly see price go a little bit higher and take out the recent lows, or recent highs rather, before it returns back to the recent lows. So you can see a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. It's been taking out those highs. It could come up here and hit that previous month's low price, which is in the 2950s. It could hit 2960 and then start to turn back down. So again, if we begin the day with strong upside price action here, we could be left with a rejection that then leads us back down toward 2820. If price is able to reclaim and reestablish acceptance above 2960, obviously there's not much room until we see new highs yet again. This market is never too far away from all-time highs, but at the same time is showing very clear signs of rejection at these highs recently, which could easily lead to either a retest of 2820, 2775, and perhaps even the June lows near 2720. So this could be quite the tumble all the way down to retest those June lows. Overall, this market remains fairly quiet heading into the rest of the week. Very light economic calendar this week, but we do have Jackson Hole Symposium later on this week, and we also have Fed Chair Powell speaking Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central, so the market will be waiting to see what he says. Here's a look at the NQ. You'll see with the NQ very similar price action again. We have the 7800 level as the key level to watch. That's the very important level right there. Again, these recent highs taken out time and time again. We could see price come up here above 7800 into even 7850 before seeing some sort of rejection, and that could bring us back towards 7400 at the very least. That's very close to that 2820 level in the ES. We could even see a retest of the August low at 7224s, or we could even see this thing come down and retest these lows at 7,000 and just below. So this market here again could be nearing the final stage here of a pullback before we see some sort of drop as low as the June lows. So again, watch prices between 7,800 and 7,850 for signs of rejection. Here's a look at crude oil. You'll see here with crude oil, this one continues to honor this upper trend line here. There's an upper trend line across these highs. If you go back even further, you see that there's a trend line that comes across those highs as well. So this market here has had a tough time establishing strength and maintaining that strength. Instead, it sees a bit of strength followed by bigger weakness, a bit of strength followed by bigger weakness. We've had a bit of strength here, and now we're kind of faltering a bit. And again, with these upper trend line here clearly in effect, the 57s have been very clear resistance. It wouldn't be surprising if we did try to make another return back toward recent support lows. That would be near 50-50. And it's the 54 level that really needs to give out. Right now that 54 has been very strong support. So right now clear higher highs and higher lows day over day for crude oil, but we are coming into a zone that if price cannot establish acceptance back above 57, 57.5, that could lead to another decline back down to retest these lows ahead. Lastly, taking a look at gold. Gold has pulled back over the last couple of days and is now trading inside the Pima trigger zone. I mentioned before, if price would get below 1500 or into 1490 even, that could provide a very nice buying opportunity for a continuation higher. That could be a solid move toward the next upside target based on monthly range over the last few months, we could be looking at a target somewhere in the 1565 to 1585 zone. So if we were to pull back a little bit more, or if this is it, we could see a move into about 1565 very easily over the next several days. Again, this market remains very bullish with an uptrending bias here, and every pullback continues to remain a buying opportunity until proven otherwise. We haven't seen this market really find acceptance above 1525 yet, that very important key level. But again, any pullback here could provide the fuel to push through that level and into 1565. Failure to hold 1460 would be significant. So 1460 is about right here. We could drop as deep as that level and still be a buying opportunity, but if it fails to hold that level, that's when we would rotate back toward 1375. All right, that's it for now. We'll see how this develops heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.